Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me here at the Taubman Museum of Art. We're going to be doing the art project that goes along with our reading of extra yarn. If you happen to have some extra yarn at home, these projects are a lot of fun and really easy to do. So the first project are creating pom-poms. So you may not know it, but pom-poms are actually fairly easy to make if you have some yarn, a fork, and some scissors. So you can use any yarn that you happen to have lying around the house. You can use a thicker yarn, which are a little bit more difficult to use when you're making a pom-pom, or a thinner yarn. And so all you want to do is have a fairly nice size string of yarn there, and you're just going to wrap it around your fork lots of times. And the more you wrap around, the fluffier your pom-pom is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead, cut my excess off there. And with your excess string, you're actually going to thread it through the center tine of your fork. Okay. And then you're going to tie that in a knot to secure. And the reason we're using a fork is because we kind of want it to go down that center. It makes it a little bit easier. You can also just use a piece of cardboard that you cut to whatever size you want your pom-pom to be, and you just cut out a little center section so that you can find the center and tie your pom-pom off. Okay, so now I've tied it. I'm going to remove it from the fork and cut some of my excess off. Then I'm going to cut into the folds of the yarn. Like so. And then you want to fluff it. This is the fun part. You can fluff it, and then you can trim off any little extras that you have to make it a little bit more even. Give it a little bit of a haircut. And voila, you have some pom-poms. If you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, you can actually knit with your fingers, believe it or not. And you can create something like this little necklace that I've created here, which are really fun and really easy. It doesn't require a lot of yarn, so any extra yarn you have lying around the house works great. And the thicker your yarn, the closer the knit is going to be. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm actually going to change my position here so that you can get a better view of my hand. So I'm going to be using my left hand as my cast on. So I'm going to place the tail of my yarn around my thumb like so. Then you want to use the yarn that's connected to the skein, or your ball of yarn here. And you're actually just going to wrap it around your fingers. You're going to start by coming behind your first finger and in front of your second finger, behind your ring finger. And if you are wearing rings, be careful of that. You might want to remove them before you do this. And then around your pinky, and you're going to go back the other way. So behind your pinky, in front of your ring finger, behind your middle finger, in front of your forefinger, like that. Okay? So that's the first one. You're going to bring it all the way around and wrap it the first time around your fingers like this. Then you're going to take your pinky first and take it around and let it drop. Same with your ring finger. You're going to bring it around, loop it over your finger, around, loop it over your finger, around, loop it over your finger. Okay, so now you have one hanging out here. Okay, we're going to wrap it around again. Same way we did before. It's behind your first finger, in front of your middle finger, behind and in front. Okay, Now you don't want to do this too tight. You're going to cut the circulation off on your fingers, so don't do it too tight, okay? Keep it kind of loose so that you can easily pull it around your fingers like this. Almost got that one a little tight there. There we go. Perfect. And you're going to keep repeating that. So I'm going to do just a couple here. And this goes fairly quickly. You can make a bunch of these with just one skein of yarn. You can do this while you're watching TV or listening to music. Whatever strikes your fancy. And you can use different kinds of yarn. Doesn't matter. Whatever you have lying around the house. You can do rainbow colored yarn if you want. And so as you can see, it starts to come off your fingers and starts to do something like this. I'm just going to do a couple more here. And then I'll show you how to, what's technically called casting off, which means you're kind of finish up your piece. Okay, so let's say that I was happy with this and I wanted to go ahead and take it off my fingers. What I would do is go ahead and cut my yarn a nice length away. Okay. And I want to bring it in front of my fingers like this. And I just want to weave it through each one of the loops on my hand. Like this. Okay. Then I can take my fingers out, pull it, and then I could either knot it off here and keep it as one longer piece here, or I could weave them into one another and then knot it off to create your full circle piece. So that's what I did here, was I just wove all of the ends together and then tied it off. So actually, if I had gone a little bit longer, I could have made a really cool bracelet to go along with this. So there you have it. Have fun. If you make something like one of these or your pom-poms, take a picture of it and show it to us. We'd love to see it. Thanks. Have a great day.